Ladies and gentlemen, I want you to understand something powerful today. Dreams don't work unless you do, and more than just your hands. Your heart has to be in it. You don't get what you wish for. You get what you grind for. Some people want success like it's a microwave meal. They want it quick, easy, and ready in 5 minutes. But I'm here to tell you, success doesn't come in a box. It comes from the fire inside you. It's not just about how hard you work. It's about how much of why you put into it. That's what I call hard work. You see, hard work builds your foundation, but hard work builds your fire. When it gets tough, and believe me, it will get tough, your skill might slow down, your motivation might slip, but your heart won't let you quit. That's the difference between those who wish for success and those who walk in it. You've got to stay committed when no one claps for you. You've got to stay focused when the finish line looks 1,000,000 miles away. You've got to believe in that dream even when you don't feel like it's believing in you. That's where hard work kicks in. Your dream is not just a goal. It's your purpose calling out to you. And when purpose whispers, you don't walk. You run with your back straight and your heart on fire. So don't wait for someone to hand you a map. You are the compass. Don't wait for the world to recognize your worth. Recognize it yourself and show up like it's already done. Because if you grind with hard work and fuel that grind with hard work, then there is naught that can stop you from achieving your dreams. Hard work is not glamorous. It's not pretty. It doesn't come with applause or recognition. It comes early in the morning and late at night. It comes when everyone else is asleep and you're still up grinding, pushing, stretching yourself beyond comfort. Hard work is what separates the talkers from the doers. It's the sweat you pour into your dream when no one is watching and no one is cheering. It's not about perfection, it's about progress. And that progress is only possible when you show up every single day, whether you feel like it or not. Most people want to achieve great things, but they're not willing to do great work. They want the results, but they don't want the routine. They want the prize, but not the process. Let me tell you something. Your dream is under construction, and hard work is the brick and mortar. Every moment you spend reading, learning, building, creating, that's one more brick in the foundation of your success. Without that foundation, your dream collapses at the first sign of adversity. But with it, you become unshakable. Hard work teaches you who you really are. It strips away the excuses. It introduces you to the version of yourself that doesn't quit, that doesn't whine, that doesn't wait for someone else to do it. When you work hard, You stop depending on circumstances and start depending on character. You begin to rely on your grit instead of your gifts. Talent might open the door, but hard work keeps you in the room. It's what makes you valuable. It's what makes you ready. It's what turns your potential into power. You cannot cheat the grind. You cannot shortcut your way to greatness. You've got to put your head down and get to work. Not once, not twice, but day after day, until the habit becomes part of who you are. You can have the biggest dreams in the world, but if you don't pair them with discipline, they'll stay locked in your imagination. Hard work lays the tracks for your dream to travel. It's not the exciting part, but it's the essential part. Every master was once a beginner who just kept going. Every giant was once a struggler who just wouldn't stop. There will come a time in your journey when the grind gets heavy, the road gets lonely, and the results don't show up as fast as you hoped. That's when most people give up. But not you. Not if your heart is in it. Because hard work is what kicks in when strength runs out. It's the emotional engine that keeps driving you forward when your body is tired, your mind is overwhelmed, and your spirit feels crushed. Hard work is that inner voice that whispers, "Keep going," when everything else around you screams, "Give up." You see, hard work is the motion, but hard work is the meaning. It's what gives your efforts life. It's what makes the late nights and early mornings worth it. When your heart is connected to your dream, you don't just do the work. You do it with passion, with urgency, with ownership. You don't have to be pushed because your purpose pulls you. That fire inside you doesn't burn out with failure. It reignites with every obstacle, every rejection, every setback. Hard work keeps you grounded in why you started in the first place. Hard work also means showing up fully, not halfway. It means putting your soul into what you do, not just your time. It's being emotionally invested in your own success, caring deeply about the outcome because it matters to you on a personal level. That kind of energy is rare. That kind of commitment is unstoppable. People can sense when your heart is in it. The world opens up to those who chase their vision, not just with effort, but with intensity and love. And when you lead with heart, you inspire others, not just by what you do, but by how you do it. And let's be real, hard work doesn't mean it's always joyful. Sometimes it hurts. Sometimes it breaks you down. But it's also what builds your emotional muscle, your resilience, your depth. It connects you to the struggle in a way that makes the success even sweeter. It's not about pretending everything is fine. It's about pushing through, even when it's not. That's what separates people who dream casually from people who chase destiny. Hard work is messy, raw, and real, but it's the fuel that never runs out, even when the tank feels empty. When you are driven by pressure, you live in reaction. But when you are fueled by purpose, you live in intention. Pressure can break you. Purpose can build you. That's the difference. Pressure makes you panic, but purpose gives you peace even in chaos. When you know why you're doing something, when your reason is rooted in something bigger than comfort or approval, the weight doesn't crush you. It strengthens you. Because you're not just working for applause or results. You're working from a place of conviction. Let's be clear, the pressure will come. Life will test your patience, your strength, your belief. People will doubt you. Time will challenge you. And fear will whisper, "You're not enough." But when you are locked in on your purpose, those voices don't have the final say. Purpose gives you clarity in confusion. It reminds you that the struggle isn't random. It's part of the assignment. When you focus on your purpose, you stop folding under pressure and start using it to refine your focus, your fire, and your faith. Purpose makes you powerful because it connects you to something deeper than a paycheck or popularity. When you're purpose-driven, you stop needing the world's permission. You stop shrinking to fit in places you've outgrown. You stop chasing empty success and start building impact that lasts. Purpose gives your life direction, and with direction, pressure becomes a tool, not a trap. You learn to rise with the weight, not run from it. You carry it with your chest out and your eyes forward, because you know where you're going and why it matters. And hear this, people who are living with purpose don't back down when things get hard. They dig in deeper. They remember who's counting on them. They remember what's at stake. They remember that someone out there is waiting on them to rise up and answer the call. When you live with purpose, you can walk through the storm with your head high, because you're not driven by pressure to perform. You're driven by the mission inside of you to become. And that mission keeps you moving, no matter what tries to stop you. Anybody can move when the sun is shining and everything is easy. Anybody can smile when doors are opening and people are cheering. But the real test, the real growth, happens when it gets hard. When the lights go out. When the plan falls apart. When nothing makes sense and you're running on fumes. That's the moment most people slow down, give in, or turn back. But not you. Not if you're serious. Because greatness doesn't show up in the comfort zone. It reveals itself in the resistance. And the resistance is always strongest right before the breakthrough. You've got to learn how to lean into the pain, not escape it. You've got to recognize that the struggle is not there to stop you. It's there to shape you. Champions are not built on convenience. They're built on those days when they had every reason to quit, but chose to push instead. When you push through the hard, you earn something more than results. You earn respect for yourself. You prove to your doubt, to your fear, and to your past that you are no longer a prisoner to pressure. You become the kind of person who rises, not retreats. Pain is part of the process. Let that settle in. It's not punishment, it's preparation. Every setback is stretching something in you. Every no is building your yes. Every closed door is redirecting you, not rejecting you. So when it gets hard, don't back off. Press in. Because difficulty is the soil where determination grows. And when you push past what's painful, you unlock what's possible. No one ever got to their dream by taking the easy route. You've got to go through it. You've got to be willing to bleed for it, cry for it, fight for it, and still keep going. So when life hits, and it will, I want you to remember this: that hard moment is not the end, it's the entrance. It's the gate to the next level. The pressure, the fatigue, the frustration, those are just signals that you're stepping into uncharted territory. And uncharted territory is where growth lives. Push through the tired. Push through the fear. Push through the silence, the doubt, the disappointment. Because every time you do, you're not just chasing your dream. You're becoming the person capable of living it. One of the hardest lessons in life is realizing that not everyone will see your vision. Some people won't understand your passion. Some won't believe in your dream. And some will even laugh at your ambition. But that's okay. You weren't born to be understood. You were born to be undeniable. If you're going to do something great, you have to believe in it before it makes sense to anyone else. You've got to be the first person to say, I will. When everyone else says, you can't, your dream begins to breathe the moment you decide to trust yourself. You see, belief is not just a mindset. It's a mission. Every time you speak over yourself, every time you affirm your worth, every time you say, I'm still going, when quitting would be easier, you are planting seeds in your future. But if you keep waiting for people to clap for you, to approve of you, to validate you, you'll delay your destiny. The world doesn't move for people who whisper. It moves for people who declare who they are and act like it. You must believe not just with your words, but with your choices, your habits, your consistency. That's real belief. Nobody else can carry your vision the way you can. They didn't cry those tears. They didn't fight those battles. They didn't feel that burning desire deep in your chest that won't go away. That's your fire, and it's your responsibility to protect it. You've got to get up in the morning and hype yourself up sometimes. Look in the mirror and remind yourself who you are. Speak power over your life, even when you feel weak. Because belief is a muscle, and the more you exercise it, the stronger your spirit becomes. Let me tell you something. There will be days when the evidence doesn't match the expectation. When the money's low, the energy's gone, the progress feels invisible, and in those moments, if you don't believe in yourself, you'll quit on yourself. You'll talk yourself out of blessings that were on their way. But when you are your own believer, you stay ready. You walk like it's already done. You move like the doors are already opening. Because belief isn't about what you see. It's about what you know deep down is yours, and your job is to walk like it's real until it becomes reality. Let's stop pretending it's all about luck. Let's stop blaming timing, connections, or outside forces. Yes, life throws curveballs. Yes, the system isn't always fair. But even with all that, you are still the difference maker. It's not what happens around you. It's what happens inside you. You've got power that hasn't even been tapped into yet. The real breakthrough doesn't come from outside help. It comes from the moment you decide to stop waiting and start becoming. The minute you stop looking around for a hero and start becoming your own. Your dream doesn't need more luck. It needs more you. Your fire, your voice, your effort, your determination. There are people with less talent than you, less education than you, fewer resources than you, and they're still doing it. Why? Because they decided that they would be the difference in their own lives. You don't need perfect conditions to rise. You need a made-up mind. You need to look at your life and say, if it's going to happen, I'm going to make it happen. If the door won't open, I'll build my own. You are not waiting for a sign. You are the sign. Stop thinking someone else is going to come fix it for you. No one is coming. The truth is hard, but it's freeing. When you accept that it's on you, you finally take control. That means your excuses have to die. Your victim story has to end. And your real story, the one where you rise, the one where you conquer, that one can finally begin. And guess what? You already have everything you need. Not outside of you, but within you. Grit, vision, faith, hunger. Those are the tools. Those are the weapons. And those can't be taken from you unless you give them up. When you realize you are the difference, you stop negotiating with your dream. You stop showing up halfway. You stop giving 50% and expecting 100% results. You walk into the room like you belong there, not because someone told you so, but because you decided to own the moment. You speak like it's already yours. You move like the future is depending on you, because it is. That dream, that goal, that calling, it's not random. It chose you. Now it's your turn to rise up and prove that it chose right. So now the question is not, can you do it? Because you can. The real question is, will you show up like it's already yours? Will you commit to the grind, not just when it's convenient, but when it's crushing? Will you keep pushing when your legs are trembling, when your faith is shaken, when nobody's clapping, and the results seem invisible? Because here's the truth, your dream is not waiting for a perfect version of you. It's waiting for the real you. The one who's willing to hustle with heart. The one who gets knocked down, but gets up every time. The one who stops waiting for permission and starts creating a path. You don't have to have all the answers. You don't have to be the most talented. But if you bring your hard work, if you pour in your heart work, and if you refuse to give up, you become unstoppable. This is your time. This is your fight. And if you rise, if you dare to believe, if you lock in on your purpose and show up with fire, then nothing, absolutely nothing, can stand in your way. Now go out there and give the world a reason to remember your name.